Good morning, this is Anzia Hall reporting to you live from WG Pearson Student News. Today we will be talking about global warming, 6 degrees to apocalypse. Millions of years ago, a 6 degrees drop in the temperature caused the Ice Age. So imagine what would happen if now, during global warming, a 6 degree rise in temperature were to occur. Well, scientists have thought of that, and they've broken it into 6 simple stages, each stage representing 1 degree Celsius. In the first stage, which I like to call the beginner stage, at a 1 degree Celsius increase, grasslands start to become deserts, and your coral reefs become bleached by the acidification of oceans and the extra sun that's beamed down on the coral reefs, and your glaciers begin to melt. Currently, we are in stage 1. Stage 2, where you have a 2 degree Celsius increase, your islands begin to sink. So, when your glaciers melt, your sea levels rise, and since the island masses are small and the sea levels are relatively lower, it'll be easier for the sea level to surpass the land level. Now at this 2 degree increase, your coral reefs are dying off. And your forests start to grow in the place of mountain ice caps. So not only are your glaciers melting, but your ice caps and your mountains are melting as well. So as they begin to melt, the trees grow in their place. When you get to a 3 degrees Celsius climate increase, your Arctic areas have their first ice-free summer. So this is terrible news for your polar bears and penguins and seals and all the animals that live in those Arctic places, because they are rapidly losing ice, and this is where they live, but they're not gaining any ice to replace the ice they're losing. So this is going to speed up their extinction rate, and they're going to die off a lot quicker. Now in Europe and the Mediterranean, heat waves are boiling the area. I mean, they're seeing record high temperatures that they've never seen before in the history of that area. And when you get to a 4 degree climate increase, that's when things really start to get tricky. Heat waves cause illness and death, such as malaria and Lyme disease. Over here in Africa, where the temperatures are tropical and these diseases are common, they start to spread over to places like America and South America and Europe and Australia and all the other continents, because the areas are heating up and they can survive in areas over here. So those mosquitoes with malaria are coming over here. Those ticks with Lyme disease are coming over here and biting us and infesting us. It's a whole pandemic. More air pollution is going to cause respiratory and cardiovascular problems. So you're inhaling all of these fuels and all of these smokes and gases that are terrible for your insides. And you're going to more people are going to have asthma. More people are going to have trouble breathing. More people are going to have lung cancer. Floods caused by rising sea levels are going to become more frequent. So you're going to have a lot more flash flooding, a lot more mudslides from, water in the mountains mixing with the dirt, sliding down. I mean, it's like cement pushing against you. I mean, the force is great, and it's terrible. Storms and wildfires become frequent and more widespread and stronger, and they're affecting more people, killing more people. The special thing about this 4 degree climate change, it's like the turning point in this global warming process, because scientists estimate that we'll hit, if nothing happens, to stop global warming, we'll hit this 4 degrees temperature increase by 2040. At that time, the population is estimated to be at about 9 billion people. When this 4 degree temperature increase hits, only 500 million people in this population will survive. That's only 10% of the population, meaning 5-degree climate increase, large land masses become uninhabitable. And, the 10% of the population that did survive that 4 degrees Celsius increase are homeless and hungry and struggling to survive. I mean, lots of wars break out over territory because, you want to protect your people and your tribe and the people who you have connections to. So when other people come in and they're trying to share these resources, you're going to say, no, these are my resources and I'm going to survive. So that causes lots of conflict between people, lessening the population even more. When you get to the final stage, this 6-degree climate increase, you have entire continents that are just deserts. You have great cities that are now flooded and abandoned. You have natural disasters becoming much more common. I mean, not just more common, but stronger and longer lived. Your hurricanes, they're not going to be level 1 anymore. They're going to be, level 4, 5, 6. I mean, they're going to be up there. Same thing with tornadoes, and thunderstorms are going to be violent. You're going to have lots of tsunamis, lots of floods, lots of mudslides, just lots of natural disasters hitting you from every angle. Earthquakes, huge earthquakes, breaking the land apart. Things are going to be drastic at this 6-degree climate increase. Now your water supply, we've been feeding it toxins and just our waste for years now. So now that the water levels have risen over the land masses, they've picked up those toxins, in those nuclear reactor plants. They're underwater, so that nuclear stuff is in the water, and it's acidic, and if the marine life in the water isn't dead, it's definitely mutated. This being around water would be dangerous. How you would get water to survive, I don't know, because this water is not purifiable. It is toxic and nasty and dangerous. It would be it would be life-threatening to go near it. Lastly, you're going to have mass extinction. Not just of humans, but animals, plant life, lifespans of things that are surviving are becoming a lot less. If you have a person who, you usually live into your 30s, now you're going to be thinking about living into your teen years if you get past birth. And then you have your microorganism and insects. Everything is dying. It's just desolate dirt lands, sort of like Mars. So at this 6th stage, we have completely destroyed Earth and there's nothing we can do. Right about in that 3-4 climate increase is where global warming becomes irreversible. So since we're in stage 1, this is the time now that we need to start taking precautions to reverse the clock so that we don't end up, dying rapidly in all types of crazy, horrific ways. We need to start global warming prevention now. We need to start doing something and taking a stand now. We need to recycle, use solar panels, take your appliances and things off of standby mode. We need to be energy efficient now. Use windmills and other, energy efficient things, changing your light bulbs to those energy efficient light bulbs, So the time to do something is now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not later, but right now. And the little things will count. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys learned something, and I hope you guys take action and do something now to stop global warming. Thank you.